Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 170 of Crunch Time. I'm going to be your host for today's episode. I am Tanner Dislin, and as always, I'm joined by Sam Godsey, and we are the N326 duo. Sam, the people are listening to half of the remaining teams in the NBA playoffs. Who would have thought we would be here?
Yeah, who would have thought, man? It's been a crazy ride. Um, but not as crazy as everyone's talking about it, to be honest. But yeah, I'm happy to just be here, honestly.
Do you remember? Because I vividly remember it was the draft in which the Knicks drafted Obi Toppin. That draft specifically, we were both in the lottery. We were both on the edge of our seats as the lottery balls were being drawn. And this was what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah, something like
Or
that.
3 or 4 years ago? And we were both on vividly, I remember, on the edge of our seats for those lottery balls and how far we've come, each being in the conference finals. Pretty special stuff. But we will talk about all that in today's episode. But of course, before we get to that, we will start with winners and losers. So, Sam, hit me with your winner.
Yeah, my winner of the episode is gonna be on the diamond, Tanner. This girl is absolutely taking over college softball right now, and that name is Jordy Bahl. She played the last 2 years, I believe, at Oklahoma, and we all know the Oklahoma dynasty when it comes to softball. She transferred. She had a devastating injury. Transferred back to her home state, Nebraska. They made it to the regionals. She's basically the Shohei Ohtani of women's softball, and in she had four official bats during uh, three regional wins, and she hit four home runs.
4 for 4 with 4 home runs.
And she also picked two wins pitching wise. So she is the face of college softball right now. And if you haven't seen her play, I encourage you to because she's fun to watch.
Is that good? 4 for 4 with 4 home runs.
It's very good.
For the stats people, what is that? That's in a 1,000 batting average, 1,000 on base percentage, 4 slugging for a 5 OPS. Believe it or not, that is the highest it can possibly get. Yeah, and just to put a little color, she was with Oklahoma, transferred to her home state, Nebraska. Very first pitch she threw with Nebraska, tore her ACL, the injury you were alluding to. Now she's back and obviously playing softball at an incredibly high level. Shohei Ohtani like levels, as I assume with a performance like that, Nebraska is moving on.
Yeah, so they are now traveling to Tennessee to take on the number 7 national seed in a best of 3. So
Ooh,
down in Knoxville is where they will be playing. But
is that just the host or are they playing Tennessee?
it's a series, so we're out of the regional sites now.
Got it. Got it.
So these are super regionals. But yeah.
Super.
So game by game breakdown, just a little more stats against
That's why we
UConn.
come here for Nebraska softball.
Against UConn, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 0 hits, 0 runs. Southeastern Louisiana, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit, 1 run allowed. Then Southeastern Louisiana, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 1 hit, 0 walks, and 0 runs allowed. Hitting versus UConn, 2 for 2 with 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and 2 home runs. Southeastern, 1 for 1 with 3 walks, 2 runs scored, RBI, and home run. And then Southeastern Louisiana, 2 for 2 with 3 runs, 2 walks, an RBI, and a home run. So,
my goodness.
yeah, she's killing it.
So not only is she the Shohei Ohtani, but she's also the Barry Bonds, getting walked 3 times. Don't want any part of her. Don't blame him. Don't blame him at all. But Sam, for my winner, I'm going to go with Olympic flag football. Did you happen to see the news, Sam?
Yeah, I did.
In 2028, the NFL has voted okay, the owners have, to allow NFL players to play in to play in the 2028 flag football Olympic event. So of course, you know what we have to do all on the fly, come up with Team USA.
Okay. How many are on the roster?
I don't know the official rules of flag football. I'm going to assume what 7 people on the field. We don't need to do the whole roster, but like you know how they do like 7-on-7s, and maybe it's only 5. I don't know. I'm going to look up right now because in how many players on the field in flag football. Let's see. 5 to 8 players. That is not helpful at all. 5 players on the field for each team. All right, so let's draft. Let's draft our offense here. So who do you want as the quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen over Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay, MVP. Go with the MVP, Josh Allen. Wide receivers. I mean, so is that just 4 wide receivers? I don't really know how the positions work.
I assume. So you said there's 5 on the field?
This says 5 on the field.
What's that?
Let's see. You have a center, 3 wide receivers, and a quarterback. Center. This player's main responsibility is to snap the ball to begin the play. Once the center has snapped the ball, they are eligible to go out for a pass and catch the ball.
Okay. So it's basically tight end. Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can honestly probably go with another wide receiver because they don't block or anything.
So I'm going to go Josh Allen, quarterback, CD Lamb, holy crap, Jay Jettis. I'm going to go George Kittle as the center.
As the center / tight end.
And then I'm going to go Saquon as my third.
Oh, okay. Get a running back in there. I hear that. I mean, he's proved he can. He is probably the best spin move in the game and can leap over people. So that's not a bad guess at all. I mean, I guess my thought went to the 3 wide receivers being Jettis, Jamar Chase, and CeeDee Lamb. I like the George Kittle pull. And then, I don't mind Josh Allen at all as the quarterback. And then on defense, you have so the official positions are 2 defensive backs, 2 safeties, and a rusher.
So 2 DBs.
2 DBs, 2 safeties, and a rusher.
Micah Parsons, I think.
Micah Parsons could be Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, yeah.
TJ Watt. Yeah. Get your boy
defense is a little trickier for sure.
Get your boy Diggs. Trayvon Diggs in there.
What? I mean, you can throw anyone out there. They're getting win by 8 touchdowns.
You could probably throw a linebacker out there, and he would have no problem covering some of these players. Yeah, so maybe we won't go defense, but the point is, it should be interesting to watch. I'm very curious as to how many players actually do it. Because like being the first group to do it is definitely a weird thing because they don't know the vibe. Like if all the best players do it and it's just like not fun, or maybe first year like not all the best players do. It's a guaranteed gold medal. Yeah. That is for absolute certain.
I don't know. It's definitely interesting.
For sure. But yeah, so flag football coming to 2028 and NFL players will be playing, which is really interesting. So we'll see how it goes with everything there and how much the U.S. wins the average game by. But Sam, now hit me with your loser.
I was going to do a loser I don't know, just the bottom of the 8th inning for a certain big crosstown rivalry and a certain individual, but I'm not going to go there. Of course, we got to talk about it. The newest chapter of why the hell is everyone hating Caitlin Clark? Now, there's a lot to this story, so it's going to be a little longer of a loser. But basically what happened is Fever were playing the Chicago Sky. Everyone knows the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They both hate each other. Like, even though they both agree they don't, they 100% do. I do think it is a little more Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark because I saw a tweet earlier this week when all this came out. This is like Kobe having a rivalry with Marcin Gortat, which I think that kind of nailed it, honestly. But so there was a hard foul in quotation marks. I thought it was pretty. Was it a common foul? Probably not. But was it worthy of a flagrant? No, it's just a hard foul. Caitlin got flagrant, and now it has turned into a giant race war.
It's a WNBA.
Which
It's a
is
WNBA. Of course, it's
like,
going to be a giant race.
this is a good thing. Like, I just don't understand why people are mad that this is a heated rivalry. I mean, like, it is just unreal that they wonder why. Like, we have the Indiana Fever game on right now. Before Caitlin Clark, would we even know the WNBA season? Like, that's not even a bash on the WNBA. It's a bash on them just not, like, there has been good players, but no one is as marketable as Caitlin Clark, and she is the face of the league. And now we have analysts arguing, going way over the line. Obviously, talking about the whole Ryan Clark and RG3 situation. If you haven't looked that up, we probably won't dive too deep into it, but it's absolutely absurd what Ryan Clark said. Took it way too far. But yeah, dude, it's just absolutely absurd. How everyone was like, let's build up the WNBA, let's build up the WNBA. And once again, when it's at its peak, it had 2.7 million view or some 2 point. It was a higher viewership than the Mets Yankees game. And we're still having this conversation. Why not just accept the fact that this is a heated rivalry that's good for the league?
So a couple of things I want to interject there. First off, the question would not be are we watching the Indiana Fever? It would be would they even be on TV? That would be the question.
That's true.
Second off, again, for the millionth time, we need people to just realize this is sports. Caitlin Clark, it was a hard foul on Angel Reese. Did Caitlin Clark think to herself in that moment, that's Angel Reese, I can't wait to get my shot in and push her in the back? Or did she think, oh, she has an open layup, I'm going to foul her? And then that's what happened. Angel Reese got up and didn't like the foul. Guess what? That's okay. That happens in the NBA too. People get fouled hard, and do they have reactions? Like, all in all, yeah, I think Angel Reese's reaction was a little extreme for the foul. But guess what? People do that in the NBA all the time. They get fouled, they get pushed to the floor, they get up, they don't like it. They fight back. It's what happens. The two teams got chest to chest, they were separated, and then we played basketball. That is how the extent of it's gone for as long as human history.
Yeah.
But of course, because this is the WNBA, we now have to dig deep into psychological evaluations of the racism in each sport, in each player, in each fan, and it's getting ridiculous. Now, I like it's crazy to me how we can have a sport that we are trying to grow and trying to gauge fan interest, and this is how we're treating it. Now, I know you said it's a good thing for the sport, and rivalries are. It should be a good thing from the sport, but to the extent to where it's taking it to now, some fans are saying, are calling for Caitlin Clark to be arrested for getting a triple double because Dave Portnoy had bet on her getting a triple double.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
And a WNBA player wanted to be put back in the game because she was one stat away from a triple double, something that has only been done 42 times in the history of the league.
Caitlin Clark has 3 now, by the way.
She has 3, which is tied for second or third. It was unbelievable how high it was. But my point being, Russell Westbrook, every time he told us, there were a few times where he went pretty hard for the rebound or told his teammates to let me get the rebound.
100%.
Yeah, he should be arrested because that's highly illegal to do that.
For sure.
It's unbelievable how people don't have a level head about sports, man. They are competing. Caitlin Clark saw someone with a wide open layup. She fouled her hard. Angel Reese didn't like getting fouled hard. It's okay. I wouldn't like if someone did that to me either. But guess what? They got up, they said their words, they were separated, and we move on. Yeah. That's how sports are played. That's how it's always worked. And we've lost all ability to do that because for some reason it's women playing, and it just bothers the crap out of me. And the sport will just never receive as full engagement as it probably should if every single time we have a foul, every single time we have a dust up, we're going to dive into this race war. It just bothers the crap out of me, every single bit of it. I'm not going to dive into the actions of Clark, the actions of Reese. I'm not going to do that because what I saw on the court was a normal basketball play, maybe slightly above.
It wasn't dirty. It wasn't dirty.
It wasn't dirty. Maybe have been a slight more physical than is expected. And then a response that I think was a little bit more extreme than the foul, but one I see every single time I watch basketball.
Yeah.
We move on. It happens.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. I just grow so frustrated with the process. And it's just how it happens. I'm so sick of it.
It's just so funny how people are denying the fact that Caitlin Clark is the face of the league.
Yeah, well, that's just that is just
it's just
jealousy in its pure form.
Oh, yeah.
And again, we can admit things, man. Caitlin Clark is better than Angel Reese. Do I think more people have rallied to Caitlin Clark because they are on Caitlin Clark's side of the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese rivalry? Yes. Yeah. Has Caitlin Clark benefited from the existence of Angel Reese? Yes, without question. Do I think they have both benefited evenly with each other's? No. But Caitlin Clark has benefited by her existence. That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
They are rivals, and I like watching them compete against each other. Is that crazy to say? It seems like it is crazy to say.
It makes sense to me, but a lot of people would disagree. And I do want to say if 95% of Caitlin Clark Fever fans, whatever you want to call them, shouldn't probably not like Angel Reese. I'm talking strictly the basketball side because she does have a reputation. Like if Joseph Tyrese Halliburton and Brunson were beefing since their college days, you would probably not like Tyrese Halliburton, correct?
Correct. That is correct.
That is there is a history between the two players.
And the important thing that you said is when you say I hate blank, like it's a sport hate.
As a sport hate.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna be real. I hate Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge rocks. He is an awesome dude who says the right thing at every single moment. I hate Aaron Judge because he's the best player for the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Do I hate Aaron Judge? No. Do I sports hate Aaron Judge? Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge rocks. I hate him.
There's a difference between sports hate and person.
Exactly. Like I love Aaron Judge as a person. I hate him as a baseball player because he's the best player for the New York Yankees. We can say these things, man. And it's just crazy how everyone is so sensitive within this league that if you say I don't like someone because I hate people for simply beating my team.
Yeah.
And that's again, that is a sports hate.
Sports hate. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure this is not the last time we'll hear another chapter of this crazy story.
No.
There's actually no way it's not. But yeah, man, it's a crazy time in the WNBA, but as expected almost.
Yeah, for sure. My loser, Sam. I coming into this, I expected to have a super mega long loser because I was just going to go with media discourse because this would have looped into that.
Oh, yeah.
But, I'm curious to see if you have seen anything about this because yesterday on Monday, the MLB media and specifically New York media ran wild with stories. Because, as you mentioned, on Sunday was the rubber match between the Mets and the Yankees of a Subway Series, in which the Yankees won. It was tied in the eighth inning. Pete Alonso made a critical throwing error. It was tied in the eighth inning. Then the floodgates opened after that throwing error. Yankees ended up winning 8-2, taking the series. Juan Soto, now a Met, former Yankee. His departure was very well documented and very well covered. And Yankees fans, believe it or not, they're not used to losing big-time free agents, who especially were with their team. So they took it very personal. The fans came out. Credit to Yankees fans. They showed up. Do I think they took it too far? Of course. It's New York sports. They always will. But they showed up. They were very loud, and it clearly affected Soto. He was 1 for 10, 3 Ks, 1 base hit. It was just a single. Like, he was not good in the series. So, because of that, on Monday, we had articles and articles and articles of people saying he hates the New York Mets. He regrets his decision. He wants to be a Yankee so bad. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, this was probably some guy who, with an Aaron Judge Twitter picture, whose name is, Soto is a bum and, that type. No. This is a ESPN employee and Yankees play-by-play announcer Michael Kay with this story. This is a New Jersey-based publication with this story. This is not Twitter trolls. These are actual outlets who are saying he absolutely hates the Mets. He wishes he was a Yankee. And there was even an article that said he has put on weight. They were talking about his weight as to as a method of how happy or unhappy he is with the Mets as opposed to the Yankees. I obviously, diehard Mets fan, love Juan Soto, love the fact that he is a New York Met. I have eyes. I know he doesn't look like the same person right now as he did last year with the Yankees. I know it. I'm not going to deny it. My question to you, Sam, is I think you're a good spot to answer this because of what you do for work. So you went to the University of Iowa. You currently work at Iowa State.
Yeah.
Now imagine every single day when you go to work, there is a student section full of Iowa fans who are screaming at you, booing you, in some cases threatening your life and bringing your family into it. Right? Now imagine that. Now imagine you're doing your work and you just aren't doing it well. Something's not clicking.
Yeah.
And it's not going well. And you're frustrated that it's not going well. You're frustrated that everyone hates you and hates your family and is telling you they hate your family. And this is also a new job for you.
Yeah.
All of that goes through. Do you think you'd go about your day having a huge smile on your face?
Probably not. I'm gonna be honest. I would probably be mosey and no, I would not be a happy dude.
Yeah. That's pretty much, I think that's fair human behavior. Now, another wrinkle to that is when you get there and you see some of your former employees that you worked with over at Iowa, and you saw them while everyone is screaming how much they hate you. Would you be happy that there's something positive in someone to talk to, an old friend to talk to? So you'd probably smile when you're not smiling elsewhere.
This is true.
Oh. So when you're smiling, to them, it doesn't mean, oh, I hate Iowa State. I hate where I currently am. I hate this job. I'm so miserable. It's just that, hey, these are some old friends. I'm going to talk to them, and it's good to catch up with them. Huh. Weird. So when you put it that way, it does not seem all that strange. Juan Soto is a human being. Is he as good? Does he look anywhere near as comfortable as he does now with the Mets as he did with the Yankees? No. There's no Aaron Judge on the Mets.
Exactly.
Aaron Judge is the best player probably in human history. I know we do the thing with Ohtani. He's the best hitter in human history. Everyone on planet Earth knows that.
Yeah.
Mets don't have that. Juan Soto is the guy in the clubhouse. He will always have the shine. And he's also making double the amount of money as Francisco Lindor. He was not making double the amount of money as Aaron Judge. It will just everything will fall on you at that point. And it's just such a heavy toll. He has no Aaron Judge to hide behind with the Mets. He's not playing well because it's baseball, and that happens. Like, it's just the unbelievable amount of speculation from what are supposed to be news sources is just insane to me. Like, I cannot believe that air quote respected news sources did this, and it's just really frustrating. And I hope the Mets organization, the Mets fans, can get behind Soto and be like, look, screw all that. You're here. We're happy you're here. Let's do the damn thing. You're gonna figure it out. You're too talented, and when you do, we'll be here. Let's go, and we got this. And then and I think that's going to happen. But it is quite literally a perfect storm of a new place, nowhere to hide. He is the guy with all the onus of the blame is on him. And he's not playing well. And he's a guy who takes pride in his craft. And he's not playing well. And he's frustrated that he's not playing well. He wants it as much as the fans do. And it's a perfect storm to make him not seem like he's happy. He will be happy. Trust me, when he gets going, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sorry for the rant, but it's just it was really getting me yesterday when all of this was happening. Now, further note, well played, Yankees. It was a close series. Game 1, the Yankees kind of beat us up a little bit. That's fine. Our pitcher completely lost the zone early on. Whatever. Game 2, we won. It was tied. The game was tied in the 8th. We won. Game 3, the game was also tied in the 8th. If you leave that series being like, ha, 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 we're clearly the better team, you just didn't watch the series.
Yeah.
It was a close series. 2 good, hard-fought baseball teams played a series. Yankees won. It happens. We move. That's that. And I do not care. One last thing on it. Little brother this, big brother that. I could not give less of a flying F. I don't care that there are more Yankee fans. I know that. I don't care that the Yankees win more than the Mets. I know that. I just want my favorite baseball team to win baseball games. Keep parading around your big brother. That's fine. Don't care. I want the Mets to win. I'm mad because they didn't win. I could give a lesser crap about who it was to. End tweet. That's all I got to say.
That's a long ass tweet. You got premium, huh?
Yeah. I pay up for the big stuff. I pay up for the big stuff. Had to get that off my chest. But the media was running wild this weekend. We had to talk about it. And my Twitter feed was all of these 2 stories, by the way.
Yeah.
Every single bit of it was these 2 stories. I also, on a personal note, I went on a liberating Blockfest on Twitter.
Nice.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so fun. I just, for my own mental sanity, I was like, I'm getting these people off my page. And it was awesome. Very liberating. But yeah.
There you go.
Ready to talk some ball.
Let's do it.
Because we had some big stuff happen, especially for this pod. We alluded to it earlier. Some very big stuff happening this past weekend. Sam, you had a game 7 on Sunday.
Yeah. Not your typical game 7.
Kind of for this playoffs, it was a typical game 7.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way.
Or a typical closeout game, I should say.
Unfortunately, Aaron Gordon's injury was way bigger than everyone expected. And yet they still played him, which was odd. He couldn't even run, but he still somehow managed to be the Nuggets lean rebounder. So that's that. But I mean, we went belt to ass on him. There's no other way to put it.
30.
30. I'm bad, man.
32? 32.
And where the hell was Jokic? I mean, finishing with 20 points on 5 for 9 shooting?
9 shots is crazy. 9 shots is crazy. If he was just missing his shots, fine, whatever. 9 shots is crazy.
King Watson shot 8.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Christian Braun and Jamal Murray combined shot 30. So that's more than 3 times the amount that Jokic shot.
I mean, like, I just don't know what happened to Nugget. Was the Aaron Gordon injury so detrimental to this team that they just kind of shut down? I have no idea. But I mean, Shea was phenomenal this game. Jalen Williams finally got going on the offensive end. I'd like to see Luke Dort kind of catch fire on the offensive end, but I also understand that's not his role on this team. He's a lockdown defender. Has played great defense all series, and then the firecracker off the bench, Alex Caruso, just absolutely dominating on the defensive end. He was plus 40 in game 7. He was guarding Jokic. You think, oh, I'm Jokic, I'm 7 foot, can do literally anything. I should have 55 points with Alex Caruso. Guard me, Alex Caruso said, how about no? And shut him down, shut everyone down. It seemed like played a phenomenal game, really a difference maker in this lineup for the Thunder, and is a big reason why we're moving on to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct that Caruso was awesome in this game. Caruso was awesome. Obviously, Shea was awesome because his name's Shea, and he's that dude. Jalen Williams was awesome. I mean, even Chet did a little. He was plus 34. Yeah. I mean, like all over the place. The starting lineup, guys off the bench, they were making winning plays for the Thunder. With regards to the Nuggets, again, the 9 shots to me is alarming. Jokic not really being there. Obviously, Aaron Gordon, he's not going to give you 40. He's not that type of player. He's in my I call it the Drew Holiday bucket of players that I absolutely love. They play nothing but winning basketball. They're not going to get the shine because they don't score 40, but they are crucial to a team's success, and he plays nothing but winning basketball. Him being limited really hurt. 25 minutes, tough, right? And we all saw him move on the court. Did not look. I mean, we
not even remotely close to the same player,
but not the same player. But I just look at this and I see one key piece down. The best player on planet Earth didn't really do much.
Yeah.
And pound for pound, I think the Thunder are a better team anyway. So not only are you at a disadvantage there, your best player didn't play well. You have a key piece hurt. It's a rough recipe.
Yeah, absolutely. But this, other than game 7, this series was pretty sweet. Obviously blowouts here and there, and just ugly basketball, but it was a very entertaining series. It does suck though that Aaron Gordon had that injury, because this game 7 could have been an all-time kind of almost deciding the MVP race, honestly.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for sure, but it is what it is. The Thunder played well. They're moving on. I think they are the better team anyway. Shall we go to the East now? Or did we not finish the
last episode, the Timberwolves hadn't sealed game 5. I mean,
spoiler alert,
there's really nothing
game
to
5
talk about it.
They won by 11.
Steph Curry was still out. Not much to talk about there. Yeah, so let's head over to the East, man.
Yep, I think we all agreed the minute Steph went down. Well, I will say, because they ended up winning game 1 when Steph was down for a lot. When Steph was down for a lot of the second half.
Yeah.
The minute they lost game 2 without Steph.
Yeah.
That's when it was like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah. So I definitely don't think there's much to talk about there. Went kind of how we thought, and the T-Wolves moved on. So now, that sets up the Western Conference Finals between the Thunder and the Timberwolves. An awesome series. Like, NBA fans are weird. They're probably going to hate it because it's not the Lakers and the Warriors or whatever the hell.
100%.
But this matchup is so awesome. Shea versus Anthony Edwards. Julius Randle being that dude. Like, oh my gosh! Like
Yeah.
it's so great. It's so great. I am very very happy with this, and I'm always been the one to say when it's my team isn't involved. Obviously, I want the Knicks and everything. But when my team isn't involved, I want to see new teams, I want to see new players, and I want to see the best have new opportunities to cement themselves as the best. And that's what this is. And I'm very excited for this matchup.
Yeah, this matchup's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a tough matchup. It's I just don't like the matchups. The matchups concern me with how well Julius Randle is playing. Um, he's there's been nights he's been playing better than Anthony Edwards. I don't even think that's a stretch. Jalen Williams is gonna have to step up massive in this series. I think Rudy Gobert, I'm not too worried about. I think there's some because Shea's not you gotta put Lou Dort on Ant, right? And have
Probably.
Caruso help him off the bench. Jalen Williams, yeah. You gotta put him. It's just Julius Randle concerns me.
Yeah, it's because
that two-man big
what
lineup, it doesn't matter. Do you start Hartenstein and Chet? I don't personally think you do, but we'll see. Game one tonight. Super pumped. It's good to see the Thunder kind of relevant again. That's pretty sweet.
It's been well documented. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. I was going to take a completely different way. So
the young Bucks, man, the future of the league, battling it out, kind of across the board in these conference finals. We have the up and coming superstars of this league. If you classify that, we don't have a LeBron, we don't have a KD, we don't have a Kyrie. We have the new faces of the NBA: Ant Edwards, Shea, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Halliburton. It's new. Like he said, I don't think a lot of NBA fans are gonna like it because there isn't the Lakers and the big names we all see. But
luckily,
honestly, this is gonna be a freaking awesome series. Tough series, but it's gonna be must-watch basketball. And I don't say that a lot with the NBA, but this and even the Eastern Conference Finals are going to be must watch.
Well, the good news for us is we are not NBA fans. We are basketball.
We are basketball fans.
So we're watching for basketball. We're not watching for the league. So we will watch good basketball, and we will be happy to see good basketball. What I was going to say was big time games in Oklahoma City. It's been well documented. The T-shirt out is just so good, man.
Except the one guy.
Yeah, that guy sucks. That guy sucks. And if you don't win an NBA title, it's his fault.
It's true.
But just my favorite look in the history of sports fandom is the collared shirt with the dress pants with the free T-shirt on top that the middle-aged dudes wear with the beer belly and oh my god, it will forever be the best look in all of sports. It's so good. It is so good. And I love watching big time basketball in Oklahoma City, and of course it just brings me back to early 2010s basketball.
Yeah,
with the big three and in Oklahoma City, and that was awesome. Yes. So good stuff all around. We are very excited for that Western Conference Finals. Now moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, Sam. The Knicks absolutely dismantled the Celtics in Game 6. Took the series 4-2.
Yeah. I shout out you. You called the Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
So we got the resident Knicks fan, so I'll let you kick this one off, man. Give me your thought. Obviously, Jason Tatum going down was impacted this series, but regardless, your Knicks are moving on.
Yes. So again, obviously we said it last time. Sucks he got hurt. Would have, would have loved to beat the Celtics at full strength because we were making no mistake, hurt or not hurt, we were up 3-1 in that series. Obviously there's a whole bunch of morale stuff that goes with when your best player goes down. Didn't hurt him in game 5. They came out at home. You get it. Boston, very, very proud sports town. The Celtics, very proud organization. They weren't just going to roll over.
Yeah.
You knew that. They had a lot of talent on there anyway. And yeah, they came to play, and it happens. This is absolutely what I needed to see. They went back home in the friendly confines, shout out Wrigley Field, and said, look, they don't have their best player. Top to bottom right now, we are better. Let's just take care of business. And that's what they did. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges have been so good defensively this series. Even just the whole playoffs, and they were good in this game. Drew Holiday, obviously, that's my dog right there. 1 for 8. Jaylen Brown was 8 for 20. Derek White, 3 for 11. Those 3 guys, which are probably the 3 best players on the floor without, three best Celtics on the floor when Tatum's hurt. They combined for 12 for 39. That'll play. Yeah. If you're a Knicks fan, that will play. It was exactly what you needed to see. If they had won a close one, then I think at least from a fan perspective, then the doubts creep in like, oh, did we only win this because he got hurt? If he was playing in this game, would we still won this game? No. We came in and we beat the crap out of him, beat him by, what is that, 38.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed to see. Obviously, I'm sure the impartial fan didn't love the game. I loved every second of it. And it was pretty sweet to see them come in and just say, we're better. We're going to take care of business.
Absolutely.
Needed to see it 100%, and they did it. It was also a kind of a full team effort. Every starter was in double figures. Josh Hart was the only starter who didn't have 20 plus. Yeah, but he was plus 24. He was plus 24. He did have a double-double. Excuse me, I lied straight to your face. He had a triple-double. He had a triple-double because I'm sitting here. I'm like, he had rebounds and assists. He had 11 each. It was a double-double. He also had 10 points, you moron. But he had a triple-double, was plus 24. Every other starter had at least 20 points. I said it last time, man. This is the formula we all saw. An elite starting group that plays elite wing defense. Jalen Brunson can score. Karl-Anthony Towns can score. And when this thing moves, this is what it looks like. And it's taking shape right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Knicks are hot right now.
They are. And I'm very excited for game 1 tomorrow night of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers. Now, I don't know if we want to move on, if there's more to talk about this series.
There's not much to talk about this one either.
Yeah, not much to talk about.
Game 5, Tyrese Halliburton showed up. Donovan Mitchell did. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sam, he scored 35. How can you say he didn't show up? 15 of those were strictly from free throws. Shot 4 for 13 from 3 and 8 for 25. Not efficient. Not what you need to see from your biggest player in the biggest game of the season. He didn't have much help, though. Darius Garland, 4 for 16. Max Strus, 0 for 9. They just couldn't get going. 38%, 39% from the field, 25% from 3. And the Pacers could literally do nothing wrong. Tyrese finishing with 31. Nembhard, 18. Miles Turner, 10. 13 from Aaron Smith, and Pascal Siakam, an inefficient 21, but it doesn't matter. This team is so much fun to watch. They play as a unit, defend super well, and love to run and gun. And honestly, I just think they were the better team this series, and it showed in the series.
Yes, I agree. Everything you said, Tyrese Halliburton. I don't like the guy. I don't like his Iowa State roots. Again, this is what we're talking about. Sports. Like I do not like. I don't want to say I don't care because that sounds harsh. I'm sure he's a great dude. I'm sure Indiana loves him. That is awesome. Ames loves him. That's awesome. I don't like Iowa State. They beat us in the playoffs last year. Ergo, I don't like Tyrese Halliburton. From a sports fan perspective, he is a really talented basketball player. And I don't care. Is he a little goofy? Sure.
A little.
Yeah.
Not a lot of goofy.
He's goofy. So what? Who cares? He's goofy. And it's whatever, man. I don't care how goofy someone is. He's fun to watch play basketball. He was clutch as hell in was it game 2? Clutch as hell in game 2 when he hit that 3. Like, this guy's really good, man, and I don't think he's as good. He's not as good as Tatum, and I'm cautioning a lot of Knicks fans because we just slayed the giant, if you will. We beat the Celtics. I mean, obviously, I think the Celtics are better than the Pacers. I think Tatum is better than Halliburton. I think a lot of Knicks fans are kind of taking the side, being like, okay, it's just Indiana. No.
Yeah, can't do that.
This is Indiana. This is a good basketball team. This is, for my money, the deepest basketball team in the NBA. And I'm going to tell you what, the Knicks might be the least deep team left. So it happened last year. Indiana, they kept cycling in fresh bodies, pushed the tempo. Knicks got hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to be a test. This is not, we beat the giant. Here comes, it's only Indiana. No. You got to play basketball. This is a tough team. This is a hungry team. This is a disrespected team. And they are ready to go to the NBA Finals. So Knicks, obviously it's mostly fans. I'm sure the team knows this and the team will be ready to play. But no. We got our work cut out for us, man. Indiana is good. They're deep. They got Tyrese Halliburton, one of the best players in the NBA. You got to go. You got to play. Yeah. So caution to Knicks fans. I don't know. I mean, I think there are a lot of them that are just like that. But yeah, this Pacers team is really damn good. And we'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun series. Obviously, concerned. You mentioned it. Just the fresh bodies that the Pacers have. They love to run it up and down your throat. And the Knicks tend to not play any of their bench players except Miles McBride at points. But these two conference finals are going to be must-watch TV. Obviously, I don't think it's much of as big of a rivalry as it was for like people that were born like before us and like grew up watching the Knicks versus like the Reggie Miller. We all know the whole thing with him and Spike Lee. But it's regardless of that, this series is going to be awesome. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see it as a heated rivalry as some people do. But regardless, having that matchup last year is definitely going to have a little bit of something coming into this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this last year when we matched up in the conference semifinals. I don't hold any ill will towards the Pacers franchise. They have kind of, I don't want to say owned us, but kind of owned us in the play, like the Reggie Miller stuff. Obviously, that's when it started.
Yeah.
The good Knicks teams of the early 2010s with Melo. One year, I think it was 2013, we beat the Celtics in the first round, lost to the Pacers. Now, the only problem with that was that Pacers team was one of the most fun in the NBA, but they would always go to play the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I would immediately root against the Pacers. Obviously, I was rooting for the Knicks. Then the second they lost, I was like, all right, let's go Pacers, beat the Heat. It was all hands on deck to beat the Heat at that point. And so because of that, I don't hate that team. It was fun. The matchups with the Heat were fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive for Reggie Miller, so I don't care. And last year's team, I was more mad at Tibbs for not building a better rotation and everyone getting hurt. Like, it is what it is. So, all of that. I hold nothing against the Pacers franchise, but I want to beat them. I do want to beat them.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think that's what we're looking at here on the Eastern Conference side of things. Should be an awesome matchup. Now, before we wrap up the show, I do want to have a little bit of a conversation because I wanted to get your thoughts on something may or may not be controversial. I don't know. What do you think of the Knicks fans' celebration?
Um, I think it was over the top. Like, but it's been so damn long too. It it's just New York. Like that's what they do.
Right.
Like I the one thing was hitting what I don't even know what they hit him with.
No, it was trash bags. Yeah.
The guy with the Halliburton jersey. Also, wild choice to be
Look,
walking downtown New York in a Tyrese Halliburton jersey after they just advanced to play the Pacers. That's absolutely absurd. Like, use your head, dude. But the celebration, I don't personally have a problem with it. Like, y'all haven't been in this situation in how many years? Celebrate. Who gives a shit?
right.
And it's against Boston. Hell yeah. Uh, like I know people don't like it. They're like, job's not fish. Who cares?
And I think I have to shout out Barstool Big Cat because I think you have the perfect take for this. If Jalen Brunson was going around being like, "We're in the conference finals, let's go," I'd have a problem with it.
Yeah.
These are fans, man.
Yeah.
These are fans.
Yeah.
Like, and I know, like, as long as they're not doing what Philly does, and like, I know there were some people sitting on. I don't love that, but as long as they're not tearing down light poles and smashing cars and all of this crap that's like, destroying the city, I'm totally fine with it. As you said, I think one of the lamest things you can do is gatekeep fandom like that. Obviously, we know this idea of like ring culture, which I didn't really understand because like, what's the point if not to win a ring? Is what my thought was a while, and that's what I think the players mindset should be. If you're a fan, like surely you remember the minute that Kristaps Porzingis trade went through.
Yeah.
You and I did it on 2K, and it was declined. And you remember me trying to talk myself into, let's Dennis Smith Jr. could be a good piece, and like, Emmanuel Mudiay, he had 18 points today. Like, I think he could be pretty good.
Emmanuel Mudiay slander will not be happening
Like,
here.
oh, look at this rookie Kevin Knox. Like, wow, he's had a great start to his career. Like, Langston Galloway, Lance Thomas, Knicks fans deserve every bit of this. And yeah, is it over the top? Maybe, probably. And this goes back to what I mentioned before, because Friday night was a war zone in the Bronx when the Yankees and Mets were playing the first game of the series. Mets fans wearing Soto jerseys obviously were harassed. Soto was harassed. It was a toxic environment. The minute they announced the Knicks, the Mets and the Knicks together, as soon as they announced the Knicks were up 30, that place erupted. Erupted. It is a city united in a city that is never united behind the New York Knicks. And it is so freaking cool to see, again, with the caveat that they're not actually burning the city like Philly does, those scum womp rats. But yeah, that's
and shout out Timothy Chalamet. The coolest dude.
Chalamet.
Man
is an absolute legend.
Dude, like,
surely you've seen the picture at Grand Central
of him in Landry Fields. Is that the one you're talking about?
Him, Landry Fields, and Andy Routens.
Oh, of course.
And Andy Routens.
Yeah, that's dude. What a generational run by Timothy Chalamet.
This guy's just
he is on top of the world right now.
This guy is completely on top of the world. So yeah, it's been a pretty awesome ride for Knicks fans. And again, I can't stress how loud that eruption was when they announced the Knicks were like, it was just like I said, a city united. That is when a city is never ever united, when it's split between every team, not with the Knicks, and it rocks.
I think it's time for the Nets to move. I think that just like
yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
come on.
yeah. I don't even know what to say. Like, yeah, I mean, you got the good players that lasted what,
No one,
2 years.
and no one
cared.
cared.
You know it's bad when you fumble a generational crop of talent like that and no one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you know it's bad. But any final thoughts to wrap up the episode?
No, man. This playoff, man. If you like basketball, hate the NBA, tune into these games because it's actual basketball. There's gonna be drama as there always is in the playoffs, but it's new faces, new teams. It's gonna be absolutely electric. 3 of the 4 teams have never won a championship. The Knicks haven't done it in how many years? History is going to be made this postseason in the NBA.
52.
Jeez.
1973.
Oh, I didn't know it was that long, but yeah. What more of a storyline do you need than that?
Shouldn't need more. Shouldn't need more. I tell you what, man, if I was born in the late 60s, early 70s, the Mets won in 69, Knicks won in 70, Knicks won in 73. That would have been awesome. And the 70s Vikings were in a lot of Super Bowls, didn't win any, but they were in a lot of them. They were there 4 times to be exact. And the Mets were also in the World Series in 73, but lost to the A's. But well, it would have been a lot of Super Bowls and a lot of championship games, I should say.
There you go.
And yeah, so that would have been cool. But that's gonna do it for episode 170 of Crunch Time. Winners and losers. A great week for the media on an absolute heater. Between the Civil War in New York, between the race war in Indiana, and in the WNBA, that never seems to disappoint. And of course, we talked about the NBA playoffs, how we ended up here. Half of the teams left are represented on this pod, something that I cannot fathom from how down both of us were just a few short years ago. And let's do it again in a couple weeks for the whole damn thing, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, make sure to follow the podcast on X, TikTok, and Instagram at crunchtime_pod. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube Crunch Time with the N326 duo. But the clock has run out in this episode, and we'll see you in the next one on Crunch Time.
Thunder up.